Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. And now it's here. Or should I say, I am.
Today, we're delving deep into the art of storytelling, specifically focusing on one of the most crucial elements that can make or break your narrative, the villain. Villains are the heartbeat of any great story. They add conflict, depth, and intrigue, pushing our heroes to their limits. So, how do you craft the perfect villain? And of course, as you embark on this enlightening quest with us, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for a treasure trove of storytelling secrets. Now let's dive into the abyss of villainy.
See, madness, as you know, is like gravity. All it takes is a little push.
Creating the perfect villain demands a profound understanding of the character's role within the narrative. A prime example can be found in Heath Ledger's iconic portrayal of the Joker in Christopher Nolan's The Dark Knight. Ledger's Joker isn't a typical antagonist whose sole purpose is to thwart Batman. He is, instead, the embodiment of chaos, a malevolent force that challenges not just Batman, but the very essence of Gotham City itself. In crafting your own villain, it's crucial to recognize that they are more than just an adversary. They are a catalyst for transformation and conflict. To breathe life into your antagonist, they must possess clear motivations, a rich backstory, and a compelling rationale for their actions. These elements bestow depth upon them, elevating them beyond mere caricatures of evil. They become characters whose actions, while abhorrent, can be comprehended by the audience. In the case of the Joker, his motivations are far from mundane. He isn't driven by the conventional desires for wealth, power, or revenge. Instead, he is propelled by a twisted belief in the inherent chaos and darkness that resides within every individual. His actions are a calculated effort to expose this darkness, to push society to its limits, and to demonstrate that, beneath the surface, humanity is just one bad day away from descending into madness.
You're right to fear us. We are the future. We are the ones who will inherit this earth. And anyone who stands in our way will suffer the same fate as these men you see before you. And to my mutant brothers and sisters out there, I say this: no more hiding, no more suffering. A new tomorrow that starts today.
In the realm of crafting a memorable villain, complexity is an indispensable element. Take, for instance, the character of Magneto from the X-Men franchise, brilliantly portrayed by both Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender. Magneto is not a one-dimensional villain driven solely by a desire for mutant supremacy. His character is a striking example of how profound complexity can elevate an antagonist. Magneto's motivations and beliefs are intricately woven into the fabric of his character. His traumatic experiences during the Holocaust, where he witnessed the depths of human cruelty, have left an indelible mark on his psyche. This backstory is pivotal in shaping his actions and convictions. He doesn't view himself as a mere villain, but rather as a protector of mutant kind, someone who has witnessed the darkest aspects of humanity and is determined to prevent history from repeating itself. It's this multifaceted nature, driven by profound life experiences, that adds layers to his character and makes him one of the most compelling villains in comic book history.
Don't be too proud of this technological terror you've constructed. The ability to destroy a planet is insignificant next to the power of the Force.
Villains, in their complexity, often operate by their own distinctive moral codes. This is a facet that adds depth and intrigue to their character. Darth Vader from the Star Wars universe stands as a prime example of a villain whose moral code is intricately interwoven with his character. While he is unquestionably a formidable enforcer for the Galactic Empire, he isn't merely a caricature of evil. Vader's moral compass, though skewed by loyalty to the Empire, is rooted in his unwavering belief in order and control. This consistency in his moral code is a testament to the brilliance of his character design. It's what makes him a character of substance, even as he commits unspeakable acts. His actions, driven by this code, are chillingly logical from his perspective. His moral compass isn't a mere afterthought. It's a fundamental aspect of his character, guiding his every move and lending authenticity to his role as a villain.
A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti.
A critical element in crafting the perfect villain is to ensure they share a complex, antagonistic relationship with the hero. This dynamic is more than just physical confrontations and epic battles. It's a clash of ideologies, values, and worldviews. A shining example of this can be found in the chilling dance of wits between Hannibal Lecter and Clarice Starling in The Silence of the Lambs. Their interaction is a masterclass in storytelling. It's not just about a brilliant psychiatrist turned cannibalistic serial killer being pursued by an FBI agent. It's a profound exploration of the human psyche. Lecter and Starling engage in a battle of intellect and morality, constantly challenging each other's beliefs and pushing the boundaries of their respective worlds. This captivating dynamic isn't limited to horror thrillers alone. It's a storytelling device that can be applied across genres. Whether it's the Joker's chaotic tango with Batman or the intricate power play between Tywin Lannister and Tyrion in Game of Thrones, these relationships serve as narrative goldmines. They unveil the deepest facets of the characters involved, peeling back layers with each encounter. As a writer, investing time in crafting this intricate interplay between your hero and villain not only elevates your story, but also offers a profound exploration of the human condition, leaving your audience enthralled and craving for more.
We're gonna send vibranium weapons out to our war dogs. They'll arm oppressed people all over the world so they can finally rise up and kill those in power, and their children, and anyone else who takes their side.
It's time they know the truth about us. We're warriors. The world's gonna start over, and this time we're on top.
In the world of storytelling, crafting a compelling villain is an art form, and every great villain possesses flaws and vulnerabilities that add depth to their character. Consider the character of Eric Killmonger from Black Panther. Killmonger's primary flaw lies in his unrelenting anger and desire for revenge, stemming from the injustices he witnessed growing up. While his anger is justified to some extent, his extreme approach, characterized by violence and domination, showcases the flaw in his character. This imperfection humanizes him, revealing the pain and trauma that drive his actions, and creates a moral dilemma for the hero, T'Challa. These vulnerabilities and imperfections are not mere window dressing for a villain. They are essential elements that drive the narrative forward. They create opportunities for character development and plot progression. Heroes can exploit these weaknesses to gain an upper hand, or villains may fall victim to their self-destructive behaviors. The interplay between a villain's flaws and their larger goals is where storytelling magic often happens. It's through their vulnerabilities that we see the full spectrum of their humanity, reminding us that even the darkest characters are not entirely without light. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more insights into crafting memorable villains in storytelling.
Nobody ever knew him or saw anybody that ever worked directly for him. But to hear Kobayashi tell it, anybody could have worked for Soze. You never knew. That was his power. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
A fundamental rule in the craft of villainy is to abide by the principle of show don't tell. Take, for instance, the enigmatic character of Kaiser in the cinematic masterpiece The Usual Suspects. Kaiser's notoriety as a legendary villain doesn't come from lengthy monologues or expositional dialogue. It's the artful construction of his character through actions and the shroud of mystery that envelops him. This technique leaves an indelible mark on the audience's psyche. Allow your audience to unravel your villain's true nature organically. Instead of spoon-feeding them information, let them piece together the puzzle through the character's actions, choices, and interactions with other characters. Actions resonate more profoundly than words ever can, and this principle amplifies your villain's impact. The gradual revelation of their motivations, quirks, and darkness creates a sense of intrigue and engagement that keeps the audience hooked. Crafting the perfect villain takes time and careful consideration, but the results are worth it. Your villain should be as memorable as your hero, if not more so. Remember, complexity, motivation, a moral code, flaws, and a compelling antagonistic relationship are the building blocks of a villain that will keep your readers or viewers on the edge of their seats. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more writing insights and storytelling tips. And as always, keep writing, keep creating, and let your villainous imagination run wild.